This is the story of a place called Eternia, a world where griffins, dragons, talking tigers, and enchanted forests exist. At its heart stands Castle Grayskull, home to the power of Grayskull itself, a force that can make a man as mighty as a god. To keep it safe, that power is bound within a single blade, the Sword of Power. Legend says that when Eternia faces its greatest need, a hero will step forward to wield it. Until that day comes, the sword stays locked away inside the castle, guarded by the sorceress. For hundreds of years, the castle has been protected by a lineage of mighty heroes. The youngest of that line is Adam, the smallest and weakest of them all. By his side is a talking tiger. His mother, the queen, sends him off for arms training, where the king's man-at-arms, Duncan, drills all the young recruits. Duncan has fought countless battles for the king and saved these children's parents more times than he can count. But here, among the trainees, Adam is still the smallest of them all. A girl named Teela trains alongside him, and Adam takes a beating. King Rander arrives and sees the state his son is in, making a fool of himself. Rander grabs a sword and steps up to face him directly, challenging him to fight with a real blade. He strikes Adam down. As Rander walks away, Duncan quietly tells Adam to get up, hoping that when his father turns back, he'll find him standing tall. His father never turns back. Adam walks away too. Teela follows and tells him she doesn't think he's weak. But just then the sorceress appears before them, and in that very moment, Eternia comes under attack. The royal guard rushes to defend the castle. Duncan tells the king he'll get him safely to Grayskull, cutting a path through the attackers to clear the way for the royal family. Then a powerful warrior named Trap Jaw steps into their path. Duncan sends the family ahead and stays behind to face him alone. Trap Jaw matches him strike for strike.
Teela returns and watches the fight unfold. After a long, brutal battle, Duncan finally gains the upper hand, but with one final move, Trap Jaw brings him down and plants a bomb. Teela hauls Duncan up just in time, and the two of them survive the blast. Meanwhile, King Rander and his family are surrounded on the road to Grayskull. Skeletor, leader of the attacking army, steps forward. Rander tells his wife and Adam to keep moving and never look back, then tries to hold off Skeletor's army alone. He can't. Skeletor cuts down the head of Rander's statue and places the king's own crown on his head. He has come for the power of Grayskull. Adam and his mother reach the inside of the castle, where the sorceress tells Adam to draw the sword. He lifts the blade. She tells him he must carry it somewhere safe, far from here. The queen begs her to send him to her own home, Earth. The sorceress opens a portal, but Skeletor arrives at that exact moment, striking her down and hurling the queen aside. As she fights to hold him off, the sorceress warns Adam not to lose the sword. It's his only way home. She buys him the seconds he needs to escape. But as he passes through the portal, the sword slips from his grip, and Adam crashes down in Oklahoma. Now Adam is telling this whole story to a date he met on Hinge. She doesn't believe a word of it and walks out. Afterward, Adam heads home, and his roommate takes one look at him and instantly knows exactly what happened. Adam has dumped his entire life story on a woman he just met again. It's the kind of thing that weirds everyone out. Why can't he just go to work, pay rent, and live for the weekend like everybody else? But the second Adam steps into his room, his eyes land on his drawings. The characters of Eternia, the same ones he was mocked for as a kid. He has a whole box stuffed with Eternia sketches. The next day at work, Adam spends every spare minute online hunting for his sword, until his manager catches him and pulls him into her office with an ultimatum. Kill the obsession, or lose the job. At that exact moment, a message hits his phone. I found your sword. His manager tells him to ignore it. He can't. He bolts. At the comic shop, the man he'd been messaging online doesn't recognize him. So Adam starts asking everyone in the store if they have his sword, until the man himself steps forward. It's me. You can't just go around asking everyone like that. He leads Adam to a toy figure with the sword clutched in its hand, but Adam has to pull it free himself. He wrestles with the figure. It's wedged in tight, and an employee tells him to stop, but Adam isn't listening to anyone anymore. The figure topples over on top of him. People start filming his meltdown. He finally yanks the sword loose, shouts by the power of Grayskull, I have to go home, and raises the blade into the air. Nothing happens. Disappointed, Adam takes the sword home anyway. Still nothing. The next day, the police show up at his door and arrest him, sword and all. But on the way to the station, the squad car gets stuck in traffic. Both officers step out, and up ahead, people are screaming and running as a massive beast tears through the street. It attacks Adam. He grabs the sword and runs, but the beast catches him with a single blow that sends him flying. It's about to finish him off when a girl crashes into the fight and hurls the beast clean off the bridge. She recognizes Adam instantly. It's Teela. The beast comes right back and goes after her too. Teela slams it with a car door, grabs Adam and the sword, and runs. Hidden away, she explains, the beast came for the sword. It sent out a signal the moment Adam raised it. Why now, after all this time? The beast spots them again. Teela leaps off the bridge. Adam just drops straight down. They race to her ship, landed in the middle of a public park in full view of everyone. Adam's still shouting at bystanders. I told you I was telling the truth. before the beast reappears, and they scramble aboard and take off, folding space to make their escape. Adam is overjoyed to see Teela again, but she tells him everything has changed since he left. Skeletor took his parents that same night, and no one has seen them since. When Adam reaches the ruins of Eternos, he sees it for himself. It's all gone. Skeletor soldiers spot their ship and report back. Skeletor forces the beast to its knees and demands answers. The beast tells him it found the sword, but Teela took it, and her ship was seen here today, which means the sword has returned. Skeletor knows that as long as the sword remains in someone else's hands, his power is only borrowed. He wants it made permanent. He wants to be called a god. Teela brings Adam to the royal guard, hiding in secret, but one of Skeletor's soldiers has tracked them there. She tells the guards, "I found the sword, and the son of King Randor." No one believes it's really him, until Adam pulls out his Earth ID as proof. A guard walks in, the one Adam used to draw and nickname Ram Man, for the way he headbutts like a battering ram. "You don't know us," Ram Man says. "No, I do know you," Adam answers. "I used to draw you." Another guard, the one Adam nicknamed Fisto for his oversized fist, asks if this is really the savior of Eternia. Teela confirms it. They take the sword and lock Adam and Teela in a cell while they decide what to do. Also in the cell, a drunk man and a battle robot Adam remembers as a Class 4 war machine, now demoted to maid's work. The guards confirm the sword is genuine, but before they can act, the alarm sounds. Eternia is under attack again. Back in the cell, Teela tries to break the door down herself. Adam turns to the robot. "You don't belong here. Join us." The robot calmly tears the door off its hinges. Teela lifts the drunk man off the floor. It's her father, Duncan, commander of the Royal Guard. Adam introduces himself. "You used to train me." Duncan throws up in front of him, mutters, "Yeah, you're Randor's weak son," and collapses back down. They'll have to carry him. A job for the robot. As they move, Ram Man hands Adam the sword. "Take it far from Skeletor." Adam orders the robot into battle mode, but she's been a service bot for years now. They just have to run. Their path is blocked by Trap Jaw, the same warrior who beat Duncan once before. "Maybe I can start dialogue with him," Adam says. "I do this all the time at work." Trap Jaw is in no mood for dialogue. He attacks. Adam dodges, tries to fight back, and can't budge him an inch. "Use the sword," Teela shouts. The moment Adam grips it, the sorceress appears to him. Say the words. He raises the blade with both hands. By the power of Grayskull, lightning strikes down from the sky and into the sword. Adam rises off the ground. His muscles grow. Armor forms around him. He has the power. "We're saved," Teela breathes. Trap Jaw attacks again, but now Adam blocks every strike, and Trap Jaw can't move him at all. Still new to his own strength, Adam tears Trap Jaw's mechanical arm clean off and uses it to cut down his soldiers. They pile into Teela's ship and escape. Watching them go, Skeletor turns on his own men in fury. "I want that sword. It's mine. Get it for me." His army scrambles air jets to give chase, tearing into the ship's hull. Adam launches out on a sky slide to fight back, but he has no idea how to fly it and crashes backward into a jungle, left dangling helplessly as the battle rages above. When he finally drops, he lands right on an enemy jet, throws the pilot out, and takes it over himself. Duncan heads to the back of the ship for weapons and finds Adam in front of him instead of the enemy. "Look behind you," he warns, but Adam doesn't understand in time and takes a hit from behind. He leaps clear, back onto Teela's ship, where a soldier comes at him with a pair of cutters. Adam catches the blades barehanded, spins them around, and hurls them away. Moments later, Teela's ship crashes to the ground. Back at Snake Mountain, Skeletor demands loyalty from his captured royal guards, asking again and again who took the sword. He executes Moss Man in front of the others as a warning, then repeats the question. Fisto finally breaks. It's the young prince. Elsewhere, Duncan digs his old battle armor out of the ship's wreckage. Nearby, Adam wakes to the sorceress's voice speaking through a bird. "You are the champion of Grayskull." Teela finds him uninjured, and the group discovers Duncan back in his old armor, though he immediately pulls out a hidden flask to celebrate simply not being dead. Teela doesn't see it as a victory and walks off. Duncan sits Adam down instead. Adam is eaten up with guilt over ripping off Trap Jaw's arm. What happened to talking things out? Duncan tells him plainly, when war comes, it isn't the poet who steps up, it's the one with the strength to fight for his family. You stood up when it mattered, just like you did. Teela asks for Adam's help, and he lifts the crashed ship with one hand. Impressive enough that she tells him she's missed him, thought about him constantly. Adam starts to lean in, but she's talking about friendship. To her, he's like a little brother. That night, a projection of Skeletor lights up the sky, offering Adam a deal. Bring the sword to Snake Mountain, and his parents, still alive, will be returned to him. Shaken, Adam decides to go, even as Teela warns him it's a trap. I have the power of a god in my hands, he tells her. I have to save my family. This is what a man does. Duncan goes with him. At Snake Mountain's gate, only Adam is allowed through with the sword. The others are thrown in the dungeon. Inside, he finds Skeletor holding his father captive. Skeletor demands the sword. Adam demands his father's release. Skeletor's warriors move to take the blade by force, and Adam fights them all, even swinging one soldier like a weapon when the sword is knocked out of reach. Watching his son fight, Rander's expression shifts, pride for the first time. Skeletor's men pile onto Adam at once. He flings them off and cuts down each in turn. Just as he closes in on Skeletor himself, the sorceress Evelyn stops him cold with her magic. Face me like a man, Adam demands. I have no face, Skeletor replies, nor do I want one. As Skeletor moves to kill Rander with his own blade, Adam breaks Evelyn's spell through sheer will, but the strain collapses part of the cave onto both Skeletor and Rander. Adam pulls his father free from the rubble. Rander looks at his son properly for the first time. I'm not that weak little boy anymore, Adam tells him. I'm everything you wanted me to be. What did I want? His father asks. Adam starts to answer and breaks down instead. That's not what I wanted, Rander says. I wanted to make you strong because it was the only way I knew how to protect you. There's so much I should have said. He dies there before he can say any of it. Skeletor strikes Adam from behind and throws him into the dungeon with the others, where he finds his mother waiting. They hold each other. Meanwhile, the sword has fallen into Skeletor's hands, but when he speaks the words and raises it, nothing happens. No matter how hard he tries, the power won't answer him. He grabs Evelyn by the throat, demanding to know why. She tells him there's a ritual. The sword must be returned to its altar inside Grayskull itself. Back in the cell, Duncan sits beside Adam. I know how it feels to fail, he admits. I failed Teela. I failed you. I promised to protect all of you, and I couldn't. The grief turns to something lighter between them. Well, I got beaten up as a kid, Adam says. You always told me to get back up and stand tall. Maybe that's exactly what they need to do now, together. They stand. Teela introduces Adam to her pet, Cringer, stunned to see him. I can't believe you're here. I can't believe we're all here, Adam answers, because every hero of Eternia is locked in this dungeon right now. Adam gets an idea and tries out a battle speech. On Earth, I learned that success doesn't come down to one person. It comes down to people working together. I know none of you know me, but I know all of you. I've kept you close to my heart. Eternia is my home, and I need your help to fight for it. It's clumsy, but it works. Everyone's fired up. The problem? The bars are forged from phitanium, unbreakable. Well, Adam says the walls aren't. At Adam's urging, Duncan finally agrees to bring the robot fully back online, something he'd avoided ever since she once nearly killed him by accident. Once armed, she blasts the wall open, and the group breaks free, seizes enemy ships, and races back to Eternia as full-scale battle erupts across the ruins. Adam lands in front of Grayskull. Duncan and the robots stay behind to hold the line, while Teela, Cringer, and Adam push forward. Before that, Teela pulls Duncan into a hug. Adam joins in too. Inside the castle, Skeletor sets the sword on the altar just as Adam bursts in and grabs it back. Teela squares off with Evelyn. Cringer takes on the beast. Outside, Duncan and the robot hold the line against Skeletor's army until Duncan spots the statue of Adam's ancestor and uses it to blow the bridge apart. Right as Trapjaw arrives by jet and blasts the robot to pieces. Furious, Duncan storms Trapjaw's jet, breaks his jaw, shoves an explosive down his throat, and leaps clear as it detonates. He returns to the robot, whose head still flickers with power. Inside, Adam and Skeletor clash, until Skeletor shatters the sword with his bare power. Looks like it was just a toy, he sneers. And without it, what are you? He seizes Adam's mind and drags him through visions. The gym where Skeletor works out in front of him. The hinge date where Skeletor appears in the woman's place. His boss's office where Skeletor demands, "Who is this demon?" Each one ending with Skeletor's hand around his throat. Finally, Skeletor drives the broken blade into him, and Adam wakes back in his own room on Earth. His roommate checks on him and sets a drawing beside him. The sorceress sketched long ago. Every drawing in the room lifts into the air. The same bird from before appears. You have the power. Not anymore, Adam says. The sword is broken. The sorceress asks him a question instead. When he raises the sword, what words does he say? By the power of Grayskull. The power was never in the sword. It was always in him. In past champions, that power was only brute strength, she tells him. In you, it becomes something more. That is why I chose you. Adam comes back to life, pulls the broken blade from his own chest, and it reforges itself in his grip. He rises, transformed, and everyone watching from afar erupts in celebration. But instead of attacking, Adam offers Skeletor something else. Why don't we end this cycle of violence and talk? You've caused so much pain. Maybe you were never loved as a child, but you can still make this right. Skeletor only laughs. There is no good in me for you to find. I am the villain. He attacks. Adam dodges every blow. You have the power, Skeletor taunts, but you're too afraid to use it. I know exactly how to use it, Adam answers. I just prefer not to. Then he stops holding back. He beats Skeletor down with everything he's kept in reserve. Evelyn slips away rather than watch. Even Skeletor, battered, tries. You want to talk? But the moment for talking has passed. Adam shatters Skeletor's staff barehanded, the shockwave finishing him for good. 6 years later, Eternos is thriving again, as bright and alive as it ever was. Duncan powers up the robot once more, good as new, and shows her off to everyone. Teela turns to Adam. You named all of us. So what's my name? Warrior Goddess, he tells her. And what did you name yourself? He-Man. Like a strong man. His roommate is there too, finally seeing proof that none of it was in Adam's head. Then the robot picks up a distress signal, and Adam and Cringer leap into action. He-Man and a newly armored Battle Cat. And with that, friends, this story comes to an end right here. Let us know in the comments how you liked this explanation.